Newton's first law, or the law of inertia, tells us that objects like to keep doing what they're already doing. If something's at rest, it stays at rest until a force acts on it. Picture this. You're in a car that suddenly stops. Your body lurches forward because it wants to keep moving at that same speed. That's inertia in action. Now, think about a ball you draw. It falls because gravity pulls it down. In both cases, motion changes only when an outside force interferes. This is why seat belts are crucial. They keep you safe by countering that forward motion. Objects don't just start moving on their own. They need a push or pull to change their state. That's the essence of Newton's first law. Ever notice how when you're in a car and it suddenly stops, your body lurches forward? That's Newton's first law at work. It tells us that objects in motion stay in motion, and objects at rest stay at rest, unless acted upon by an outside force. Think about a ball rolling on the ground. It eventually stops because of friction. Without that force, it would keep rolling forever. This principle explains everything from a skateboard rolling down the street to a rocket soaring through space. It's all about inertia. Things want to keep doing what they're already doing.
Imagine you're on a scooter. If you don't push or pull, it just sits there, right? But give it a little nudge and off it goes. Now, if you're cruising along and suddenly stop pushing, the scooter keeps rolling for a bit. That's Newton's first law in action. It tells us that things like to stay in their current state. If they're still, they stay still. If they're moving, they keep moving, unless something stops them. So if you hit a bump or stop pushing, you slow down or stop. In simple terms, things just want to do what they're already doing.
Imagine you're in a car, and suddenly it stops. You feel like you're pushed forward, right? That's because your body wants to keep moving, just like the car. This is called inertia. It means things like to stay the way they are. If something is still, it wants to stay still. If it's moving, it wants to keep moving. Think about your toys. When you roll a toy car, it keeps going until something stops it. And when a toy is sitting on a table, it won't move unless you push it. So remember, things either stay still or keep moving unless something pushes or stops them.